Every so often, an invention comes along that just completely changes everything. We saw it with the car, with the telephone, and more recently with the personal computer and the smartphone. Well, right now, we are standing on the brink of the next giant leap. Okay, let's jump right in.
And that brings us to the big question, right? We went from a computer on our desks to a supercomputer in our pockets. So, what's next? What's the next logical step in this incredible journey? Well, the answer isn't another screen. It's something that actually walks among us.
To really get where we're going, you have to see the pattern. The whole story of modern computing has always been about one thing: putting more power into your hands, into the hands of the individual. First, it gave us the power to compute. Then, it made that power mobile. The next step is all about giving us the power to act. Let's just quickly trace this path. Things really kicked into high gear back in '77 with the Apple II. Then, in '84, the Macintosh changed the game with an interface anyone could use. And then, bam, 2007, the iPhone arrives and the second revolution begins. You see? This isn't random, it's a clear, logical progression. So here's the key difference. The PC revolution was all about democratizing raw computing power. The smartphone revolution was about taking that power, making it portable, and keeping it constantly connected. Two totally distinct eras, but each one built on the one before it, setting the stage for what's about to happen. And that brings us right here, to today and to the main character of our story, Tesla's Optimus. This is it. This is where the third revolution kicks off, moving us beyond the world of information on a screen and into the physical world itself. And you just can't ignore the parallel in leadership here. You had Steve Jobs, who was really the prophet guiding us through those first two revolutions. Now, you have Elon Musk, a different style for sure, but with that same obsessive engineering-first vision, who seems poised to kick off this third one. So this new revolution actually has a name: action-based computing. And let me be clear, this is a fundamental shift. We're not just talking about processing data anymore. This is about empowering us as individuals to perform physical actions in the real world autonomously. It's like extending our own reach, our own abilities in a very real, tangible way. So you might be asking, okay, but why now? What's so special about right now? Well, it's because we've finally hit a massive technological tipping point. All the key pieces, AI, processing power, battery life, they've all finally matured and converged at the exact same time. It's what's turning the humanoid robot from a sci-fi dream into a practical reality. So let's really dig into what makes this new form of computing so profoundly different. Because this is where we finally break free from the limits of a glass screen and step into a world of physical interaction. Think about it. The output from your PC or your smartphone has always been information trapped on a screen: text, images, graphics. But the output from Optimus? It's physical action. It's moving, grasping, and manipulating things in our world. Suddenly, the possibilities aren't limited by pixels anymore. They're limited by physics. And to really get a sense of the sophistication here, check this out. Each of Optimus's hands has 24 degrees of freedom. Now, that's just a technical way of saying it has all these tiny, independent joints that are designed to perfectly mimic the incredible dexterity of the human hand. And this isn't just speculation. According to Elon Musk himself, Optimus is being designed with the fine motor skills to do things like play the piano or even thread a needle. I mean, just think about that. That's not just labor anymore, that's artistry. And that is the very definition of action-based computing. But look, it's not just about the hands. The other massive, game-changing shift is the form factor itself. For the first time, our main computing device will actually have a physical body. The AI isn't just floating around on a server somewhere. It's right there, in the room with you. And of course, a new kind of body needs a new kind of interface. So forget the mouse, forget the touch screen. The primary way we're going to interact with it is the most natural way of all: our voice. We're talking about a machine that can understand you, have a fluid conversation, and remember everything you've talked about. It makes technology feel less like a tool and a whole lot more like a collaborator. Now, this is a really crucial distinction to make. We're all getting used to AIs like ChatGPT, right? Those are disembodied AIs. They live on a screen and they learn from text. Optimus is what's called an embodied AI. It learns from direct, physical interaction with the world, through sight, through touch, and that gives it a much, much deeper understanding of reality. And having a body comes with huge advantages. For one, it has actual physical utility. It can do stuff for you. The interaction also feels way more natural, more like a companion. And maybe most important of all, it can learn from experience, getting smarter and better at understanding the world in a way that AI stuck on a screen never, ever could. Now, you might be thinking, well, isn't a physical body kind of limiting? What happens when you travel? This is the really clever part. Its brain and all its memories are synced to the cloud. That means you could, say, lease a blank Optimus unit anywhere in the world, and it would instantly download its consciousness and become your Optimus, with all your preferences and memories ready to go. So where does all of this lead? Well, just like the personal computer before it, the humanoid robot has a pretty clear path ahead of it, a path that leads directly from the specialized workplace right into the center of our daily lives. The roadmap for adoption will probably look something like this. First, it's a business tool. It'll show up in factories where the return on investment is a no-brainer. Then it'll move into the home as a sort of high-end productivity device. And finally, it'll become an indispensable companion, just another essential part of daily life. But how fast is this going to happen? Well, PC adoption was pretty slow. The world just wasn't ready. Smartphone adoption was way faster because the infrastructure was already in place. But the adoption of humanoid robots, that's projected to be absolutely explosive. The economic incentive for businesses will be so massive that it'll just pour fuel on development, driving down costs for everyone else at an incredible speed. So the real takeaway here isn't if this third revolution is coming. It's already started. The pieces are in place, the technology has hit that critical tipping point, and the visionaries are pushing it forward. The only real question left for us to answer is, how fast is our world about to change?